On my 57th birthday, I decided to personally celebrate it by going on a bicycle tour, following the banks of the Aura River in my hometown of Turku, Finland. While I'll have a multi-part series of this local ride coming out later, I'm now, for the first time, posting something quite out of the ordinary compared to what I usually offer up. At the conclusion of the ride, I was suddenly flooded by a wave of strong thoughts and emotions when I realized that it had now been exactly 5 years since I'd moved to Turku to live. This led me to start deeply pondering all the things that had happened in my life over this past half-decade. I'd actually conceived the life on the run concept just after the end of my 18-year-long marriage. I was in desperate need to recover from the trauma of all that, and so I set out to find a way to recalibrate my life and to carefully decide what direction I was going to take myself next. So, as a kind of therapy, I started to do long-distance walking caminos and cycling tours. From that, it developed into making videos of those journeys with the primary goal of hopefully inspiring others to do the same, particularly those souls also looking for a way out of chaos towards new clarity and balance in their lives. This is a brief summary of those first 5 years of life on the run. And for those who may right now be going through some tough times, I hope that my words bring you at least a little bit of encouragement as to how to begin navigating the inner turmoil of all the associated negative emotions, and sometimes even feelings of utter helplessness. Just know this, there is a way forward, and all you need to do is put one foot in front of the other, literally.
Well, I decided to come down to these sun chairs, which we passed a little bit earlier, just before I got to the finishing point. And I just thought I'd sit here for a little bit and just have a little bit of a think and just let stuff soak in a little bit. I just realized I've now been in Turku for, I think, 5 years, and just thinking about all the stuff that's happened to get to this point, and how things have changed for me in my life while living in Turku. Well, I came here in, I think, 2017 for a visit, and then I properly moved here in the summer of 2018, yeah, so that's 5 years. Had been divorced for about a year at that point, and I just had to make a stand and just sort of reignite myself once again. After the life that I'd known for about 18 years was gone, and I had to recalibrate. And so I decided that Turku was going to be the place, and I came here. I didn't know anyone, just a few familiar people from various places, but no good friends as such, and just starting out completely from scratch. I was broke basically, didn't have a job, but I'd gone through the worst of the recovery from the divorce, I guess, just going through everything and just finding a new footing. And so back then, that's when I first felt that, and there's a lot of stuff that happened after that. I've done a couple of caminos. There was the Camino Português, and then also riding my bike from Finland to Portugal, which included the Camino de Santiago Francés, starting in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port. So that was the first sort of big catalyst for change, to really get myself back onto the track, so to speak. And when I came back, I decided I've got to do something with my spare time, which I had a lot of it, obviously, at the time. And well, I thought, do I do a team sport? Do I join some club? What do I do? And I just searched the internet for events on in Turku, and what was coming up was a beginner's course in Jiu-Jitsu. And fast forward, here we are 5 years later, and I'm still doing Jiu-Jitsu. And I have to say that at least 50% of the positives that have happened in my life while living here has been pretty much directly or indirectly related to my involvement in Jiu-Jitsu, for my own health and well-being physically, but also the people that I've met and the way that we've supported each other, and people of all ages as well, like from very young to as old as I am, because apparently I am still the oldest in the club, and today that's 57 because today's my birthday. So it's a good time to kind of reminisce a little bit about the past. So here we are, so 5 years on, a lot of big plans ahead. So obviously with the Life on the Run stuff, I've done lots and lots of videos already on my bike tours, a few here in Finland but mostly in Portugal, and I'll be going back to Portugal in 3 weeks to have one more final ride with Matilda, a Primeira, so Matilda the first, and then I'm going to bring her back to Finland, and then I'm basically beginning construction of Matilda a Segunda, so Matilda the second. So a lot of the parts from her will go on to the new frame, which is a Surly Ogre, which I just received last week, and so it's going to be a great project over the winter time, in preparation then for actually the spring and summer of 2024. So I'm already thinking a year ahead. But anyway, now after this tour of Aurajoki, which got me started with showing people, you know, the place that I live, which is absolutely amazing, and I have to say that I'm blessed. For whatever reason I ended up in Turku at this time of my life, I just feel truly fortunate and blessed, because everything truly is going very well. Anyway, so yeah, so this is, by the way, Samantha, so this is my side chick, if you like, but Matilda knows about it, so it's all good, and I just use her here as a local bike, excuse the pun. Alrighty, so yeah, 3 weeks from now I'm off to Portugal for about 3 to 4 weeks. I'll be doing some walking. I'm going to aim to finish the Via Algarviana, which I started basically during the pandemic time. I was there, things were open, and then after 200 kilometers, when I came into a town, I found out they'd put the restrictions back on. So I ended up stopping my walk at that point. So I've still got another 100 kilometers to go, starting in Silves out to the coast. After that, I'll go up to Peniche to visit my friend Pedro, and hopefully I can entice him along for at least a week or so of the final Tour de Portugal ride with Matilda the first, and after that I'll hopefully also do a little bit of jiu-jitsu at Alex Pereira Jiu-Jitsu there in Peniche as well. Actually closer to Supertubos, but anyway, in that area. So that's it, and yeah, do I have any finishing thoughts? So only one thing I'll say is that, well, could be related to cycling as well, but also walking. When you're in a down point in your life and you're looking to get out of it and you just don't know how, I think it's hard or impossible to think your way out of it. You just have to move. And I saw a sticker actually on the signpost at the Camino Finisterre, which was actually the third Camino I did, which was out from Santiago de Compostela out to the coast to I think it's Murcia and Finisterre, Muxia and Finisterre, and where you had to take the junction left to Finisterre or right to Murcia, there was a sticker on the marker stone, and it said walking is the best and cheapest therapy. And I truly believe that. If you're in a funk, if you're feeling bad, you've gone through a relationship breakup, whatever it happens to be, just try not to think your way out of it. Just put one foot in front of the other, or one pedal in front of the other as you spin the wheels of your bike, and you might not notice it from step to step or from like kilometer to kilometer on the bike, but it all adds up, and one day you'll just wake up in the morning and realize all the shit's gone, or a lot of it's gone, and all you had to do was walk or ride your bike and just live in the moment and just deal with the momentary needs that you have. Like, you're thirsty, drink. If you're hungry, eat. If you're tired, have a rest. If you're really tired, sleep, and just keep moving forward. And trust me, from experience, you're going to be okay. So for those that have followed me on the journey so far, thank you so much. I appreciate it, regardless of at what point you came in. And it's all about quality, not quantity. And so going forward, I don't do these videos to impress anyone. I just do them to show people what I do, and as a coach, it's absolutely important and critical, essential to walk your talk. So I wouldn't be guiding anyone in anything if I wasn't prepared to put in the time myself. So that's what life on the run is all about. And also the old saying, a rolling stone gathers no moss. And so if you keep moving, you're always going to stay refreshed. And all of those sort of daily troubles and things that feel like they're the worst things in the world, they'll just, I promise you, they'll just melt away. So just keep moving forward and live your life on the run. See you in the next video. Ciao.
Deliver me, Lord, from chaos to clarity. The wheels keep spinning.